You know what time it is. Here's my box of smashable stuff. There we go. Thank you, Ace of Base. Welcome, tubers. It's James here, and my, what do I have? What do I have indeed? Well, I promised you it. It was bound to come. It was bound to happen. It was supposed to happen for Stranger Things, Season 1 and 2, but then I realised we're kind of past that a little bit. It may happen for Season 3. But this is for episode breakdown for Everything Sucks. And thank you, Ace of Base, for This Is My Life. Basically, I chose that song because the series had their funny moment with it being it was practically 90s, where they were using it as a joke like, oh, we got a CD cassette tape player. And, well, you know, it gets stuck. So they continue this song for a while, but I'm going to embarrass myself and I'm going to embarrass everyone else by watching this though. But yes, so episode breakdown number 1. As I said before, Netflix has brought out Everything Sucks. And 10 episodes, half an hour a piece. Basically, all upcoming new actors, kid actors as well. And I say, I loved it. But it's everything 90s, full of nostalgia and everything. So set in 1996. So I would have been 8 years old then. So technically, it still applies to me. And it's like, as they said, the internet being slow, the the clothes, the music, Ace of Base, and someone had a Tamagotchi. I'm like, oh my god, yes, that is awesome. And and as I thought, it was going to be the series of about the 3 kids, the 3 main kids, Luke, Owen, I can't remember. I basically finished the series and I can't really remember. Hold on. Luke, he is the main kid, which is surprising. We got a black lead for a Netflix series set in the 90s, and I appreciate that. And I love what Netflix does when they make their own original series. They casting either retired-ish actors, like if you watch Grace and Frankie with Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin, or upcoming new actors that no one has ever heard of, and that is amazing. That is good. That's what you need to do to get their names out there. Yeah. So go away. So Luke, Kate, Tyler, and McQuaid, and it's basically mostly in the point of view of Luke, and he's basically being grown up. Being by a single mother. And the weird thing is that I was expecting it just to be more about him, but it's also the life of the principal, Ken, and Luke's mum, Sherry, which takes an interesting turn. But so episode 1, we meet all the new freshmen. I don't know if that makes sense to most of you guys, but for me, year 7s, I don't know. And I think Kate is like a year 8 or 9. I don't understand the freshmen and what unique, but and the guys are nerds, but yeah, and so they join the AV club and they get along fine. And of course, Luke falls in love with a girl. And it turns out it's the principal's daughter. I'm like, well, dude, you aim high. And I say the acting is on point. It's like, if you love seeing nostalgic stuff and all that, it's beautiful for the time, for what the time is supposed to be set in. And the first storyline that they do is that Luke asks Kate out and all that. It's like, okay, cool. And it turns out that she has feelings that she doesn't understand herself, and it turns out that she feels that she might be gay, so she steals a Playboy magazine from Luke's home and looks at it and is about to experiment on the body when her dad basically just walks in and it's like, oh, why would you, dude? Why would you, man? But he understands that because she's a child experimenting, that it's like he's trying to give her a speech that's saying, just because the women in these magazines look the way they are, doesn't mean you have to look the way they need to. And if you need to experiment, by all means, just do it safely. And it's like, that is what all the parents should do and everything. But my one concern is, won't do that one yet. Not that one yet either. Almost two. So how small? Can you see that? Yeah. Well, is that no matter what, if you are wanting to talk to your child or talk to any part of member of your family, you always knock first. Oh my god! Oh. Yeah! Now, where was I? And so, my composure, sorry. So everything Luke does in episode 2 is to try and get the girlfriend from Kate. It's like, oh dude, this is going to be embarrassing, man. But being that he's a nerd, his heart's full of gold, and there are two groups in this, which I've noticed a bit more before. The nerds, which is the AV club, and the cool nerds, or the party nerds with their drama geeks. And they're dramatic, so that makes sense. But they're like way over the top. It's like, okay, I get it. You are a drama geek. No. Don't act like that. Because they were doing scenes every now and again of Hamlet or something like, oh my, oh how I love thee, how what you do is so amazing, blah 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 blah, in the cafeteria and hallways. I'm like, really? So from what I get, the AV club is the geeks, but the drama club is acceptable, even when they do that. But yeah. And I'll say, the principal, Ken, what's he been in? He's been in a few things, but his name, Patch Daraga. This guy. Yeah. He's got some good comedic timing. Like, he's a quiet guy in the show. Okay, he's been in about 46 things, so he's been in a few things. So he knows the acting game a bit. But it's also about his journey, and after the loss of his wife 10 years ago, which was cancer. But and he falls in love, or falls for, ironically, Luke's mother. I was like, oh, and there we go. So, as it turns out, we have the Luke try and win Kate over as he makes a music video of Oasis. of Oasis, and is basically just asking her out, and on the spot in front of the school, mind you, it's like, oh, dude. But it's like, okay, cool. If you want to do that, yeah, like it works, but it's more out of pity, and so they go out for a few episodes, and he tries to kiss her. Like, oh, dude, I know what you've been. I know what you're trying to do. You got your first girlfriend. You're in love. And she's like, he tries to kiss her, and then she pulls the fire alarm in the drama club, which causes a whole mess and causes a whole thing for the drama club. And it's basically, the war with drama club. They're like, oh, we're gonna kill the bastard for doing that. Blah, 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 blah. And so, his friends and Kate try and make amends and give them booze to settle the score. It's like, okay. But I'd say, for the drama guys, really, it's just drama. Like, get the hell over it. Like, there was, we're gonna kill him. I'm like, really? You're going to involve murder? No wonder, like, American schools are like, on the verge of ruin with all the shootings. Oh, did I say that? Shh! Not really. But then they get their revenge a bit, like, draw dicks on their face, make them wear makeup. But then, this is where the creativeness of the nerd gets in. It's like, okay, stop picking on me, let's come together, let's make a movie. It's like, okay, that's cool. And so the head of the drama club, Luke, what's his name? Oliver. He's way over the top, and he's like, oh, what's this going to interest me? Who has the lead? Who has the most words? Blah, blah, blah. But it's like, okay, dude, you're a douche, get over yourself. But they have auditions, and it goes well. And as this is happening, Ken, the principal, is asking out Luke's mum, and it's like, it's cute. It's like, from what we're seeing in the story, we're seeing the growing upness of Luke and Kate, of one straight boy and one girl who's queer, and in a straight relationship, but wanting to be who she is, accepting who the hell she is. And then we have on the other side of the fact, the principal trying to get back in the game of dating and all that, with a single mum, Luke's mum, who's always away, and whose partner left, who ran away, or apparently, yeah. But as all that's happening, Luke has found video diaries of what his father has made. Like, it's good to see that when a creative has a child, they make another creative, and it's basically just his daily life, the complaints, the lives. Oh, I had a shit day, but I had a good day because I was alive today, and it could have been worse. I could have been in a third world country or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. And so, and we have an episode where Kate and Luke have dinner with the principal, because the principal wants to have, time with them. And you see that Kate play the piano and sing a song that her mum sang, or did, and it's of Rocket Man. And this was because she came out to Luke saying, oh, I think I'm gay, I don't think that. And he's trying to win her over still. It's like, okay, dude, you're trying. And she sings Rocket Man, and it's so emotional that the dad's crying. He cries. He is crying to the point he calls Luke's house just to hear the mum's voice. But then she picks up. It's like, oh, okay. Like, he's done that a few times since then. And then Luke Pryor saying, oh, I'm not going to fall in love with you. We're just hanging out as mates. But if I fall in love with you, I'll say banana slug. And as she's emotionally into the song, like, I'm a rocket man, what Elton John does. he's on the verge of tears as well, but he mouths to himself banana slug. It's like, oh, dude, that was their code word for when they fell in love. It's like, oh, shit. But yeah, and so the series goes on. They go to a concert. He's trying to be nice, and takes her to a concert of Tori Amos, and they have fun. But Kate sees a lesbian couple making out in the crowd, and she's like, I want that. I don't want to have to hide. I just want to be myself. And technically, I can't right now. And so, and Luke being like, oh, did you like it? Oh, we had a fun date. And she's like, no, it was a fake date. You know, fake date. He's like, oh, well, what's the difference? It's like a date, fake date. Either way, it would have been a date. She's like, no, because you know what I am, and it's not going to change me. And I'm like, it's just the communication. Guys, it's guys and girls, I'll say, couples, peoples, friends, everyone, like, like, whether you're going out as friends, a couple, or if you're just wanting to go to the concert because it's a concert you want to go to, explain that in the first place. I know because of the show we need the drama, but with the drama and also you get the fucking conflict that you don't fucking need. This is fun. Oh shit. Now compose myself. But yeah, so after the before the concert, they partied in an illegal park, which is like, yeah, you're late for the concert, fuck it, why not? So they awkwardly call the principal, and he comes, picks them up, and is like, oh, how was it? And the guy can't read signals for shit. It's like, oh, I get it, dude, you've got a teenage daughter, but still, pick up on the fine aspect. But yeah, I probably wouldn't have picked up on it myself. But but yeah, so emotions are running high. And you know, it's emotions, it's puberty, it's, you know, wanting to be accepted as well. And what else? Where are we up to? It's a beautiful life. Yeah, oh. And one of the creators is also in the show. He's in the AV Club, and he is funny as hell. And the bloody... Oh, I would say, the fucking full of 90's because of all the sayings as well. It's like, all that in a bag of chips. I'm like, I haven't said that in fucking ages. But, my voice, what's that one about? And so... for their movie, Luke decides to make the movie, and it's all about aliens, but Romeo and Juliet in space. And it's like, it's a cool idea. And hold on. And by episode 8, the main drama geek nerd, he leaves because he has high dreams of Hollywood. And it's like, oh, dude, okay, I've known friends like that. I've known them, and he leaves. Start of the episode, packs his shit, gives his stuff to Tyler, and it's because in the previous episodes they've been getting along, like, you know, they've fought, but it's interesting to see the power dynamic within the couples and all that stuff. And he gives all his stuff to Tyler, and Tyler comes in his jacket and all that stuff. It's like, oh, they're heading off to take a road trip to California to shoot a scene where they need the actual rocks. And it's actually a cool thing. That's where Ace to Base comes into it. And so everyone's, you know, excited but moody. What's her name? Emmeline, she's upset because it was technically her first boyfriend, and she's upset now. But yeah, and so they're trying to figure out what to do for the movie, and so they figured out a whole type of thing to explain how they're gonna have a new actor for the scene, and it's actually pretty good. And then they start shooting, and then what happens is that miscommunication happens. Like, Emmeline kind of likes Kate. Kate likes her, but also friends with Luke. And then, McQuaid likes Kate. And then, one of the other girls, Leslie, likes Oliver. And it's just like, and no one communicates with each other. That's the big thing, communication. But I was a teen, I was growing up like that. I'm still like that now. Communication is bad. But the thing is, like, for some reason, Kate found where Luke's dad was. I was like, holy fucking shit. So she takes him on a road trip. This chick knows how to fucking drive a bus. I'm like, how the fuck do you know how to drive a bus? I can't drive a fucking bus. And so, they go for a road trip just to see where to go. And wouldn't you know it, the 90s comes back full circle because the dad works at fucking Blockbuster. I'm like, holy shit, bro. And so Kate's like, oh, I found him in the white pages. Oh my god, the yellow pages, white pages. And just talked to his roommate, and he works here. And so Luke gets to see his dad for the first time in 13 years. It was hard to know. But yeah, and so he, instead of going up to talk to him, he goes and sees if he recognizes him. Like, if the dad recognizes Luke. He's just looking at videos, and it's just like, oh, hey boy. And it's like, oh, hey man. And it's like, you can see his face light up. And then he's like, oh, do you have any do you need any help with your recommendations? And like, his face fucking drops all of a sudden as well, because he's not being a father figure, he's being a salesman. Like, oh yeah, I can help you get this new movie, or this old movie, or whatever. And then Luke basically rushes out and was like, drive. I don't want to talk, just drive. And it's just like, just seeing this kid, fucking, his heart is torn out because he wants to talk to his father. He wanted to meet his father, and it's just like, he thought his father was a big Hollywood deal, but he's just working in Blockbuster in California. And he hasn't made it, but his dad doesn't recognize him. It just breaks his heart. It's just watching him cry on the bus as they're going back home. It's like, it's just hard to watch. But it's great acting. And it's also the fact that it's like, you're not my girlfriend anymore, but you find ways of breaking my heart still. I'm like, oh, dude. That's harsh to say, but it's just great. And so then they all go home and everything. It's just like, oh, bloody hell, guys. Although they do go home, and the shit thing is that, again, miscommunication. Like, if you're gonna have some fun with, another adult friend, or if you're gonna get it on with the hanky panky or whatever, at least warn your children or whatever that someone might be over in the house. And although it doesn't technically help that he's full of rage and upset because his dad didn't recognize him, and everyone just pissed him off. But Luke comes home and finds the principal and his mum in bed together. Or the principal's just dancing in his underwear after they've done the hanky-panky. It's like, oh, that's not what you want to see. And it's just like, get the fuck out of my house. Hearing that from a 13-year-old, upset, like, probably mostly the fact that it's like, it's the cosmic universal joke. Like, oh, like, my girlfriend or my partner is gay or whatever, and by the mystical arts, her parent likes my mum, and they're in a relationship. Are you fucking kidding me? It's like, yeah, like I said, it's the universal joke. It's like, he's upset. Let's make it 10 times worse. And so, it's all argumentative and everything. It's one of those things. And Luke is having one of those hard times where, you know what, fuck it, he's going to do everything himself. He doesn't need anyone to help. Everyone's helped making his movie. Everyone's helped doing what he needs to do. Now it's all on him. It's like, okay, dude, fair enough. But and so then and then episode 10, he's had an idea to reshoot a few things, redo a few things, and accept the fact that the things that he cannot change, which makes sense. So he edits the movie, edits all the things, reshoots a few things, and then it's basically, and he's got a good attitude. He's like, you know what, I'm being a dickhead, I need to stop being a dickhead and just do this. And so he does that, and he's made the movie and fixed the movie, and everyone's come to watch it in Boring, Ohio, or Boring, California, or whatever. They live in a place called Boring. That's, yeah, whatever. And so the movie night starts, and he's purposely set up his mum and the principal up on the top of the stairs or the balcony to watch it. And so everyone's watching it, and it's an amazing reception because it's funny, it's dramatic, it's pretty cool. I would like to watch it myself. Like if they brought it out on DVD and do that as a special feature, that would be awesome to watch. And Kate and I forgot her name. How do I pronounce it? Emmeline. After the movie, they go their separate way to have a conversation, and they play some music, and then they start making out. It's a nice scene. It's like, oh, you've come to accept what you are, like what you are about yourself. Unfortunately, McQuaid comes and witnesses that. It's like, and so his ego and emotions are on high, so he walks out and just has a teary. It makes sense. No one wants anything from Tyler, so except for Leslie. Yes, Leslie. But he doesn't understand the fact that she likes him. And it's like, dude, no, oh, okay. And it's cute. It's like, it's good to see that these young actors, like you can tell right now that to me, Oliver kind of looks like a young Seth Rogen. McQuaid looks hard to tell, and Luke looks like a young Kevin Hart or Chris Rock. And so the principal talks to his daughter. It's like, you're glowing, you look happy. And she's like, I am happy. She doesn't tell him though, which makes sense. I understand that. And so they go and have pizzas together, and then it shows the fact that a bike coming into Boring. I'm like, no. And then it's just like the bike pulls up at in the driveway. I'm like, no. It takes his helmet off, and it looks fucking dad. I'm like, fuck off, you piece of shit. And it shows how happy the principal and the mum and Kate and Luke are. And then he knocks on the door, and it fucking ends. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm all for leaving with the drama and all that stuff, but you don't leave on a fucking cliffhanger like that. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Whew. Okay, cool. So, everything sucks. If you love the 90s, I rate it highly. As you said, they're basically all new actors. I haven't seen them in anything, and it's good to see starting roots for new series. And for what I want for season 2, so we end with Luke's dad knocking on the door. Okay. So, season 2, what? To add more to the drama, let's have a flashback. Let's start with a flashback of as soon as Luke leaves Blockbuster, his dad realizes, holy shit, that could have been my son, because he realized it was boring high school bus. And it's just like, so he's like debating with himself whether, should I go back? Do I need to go back? He does this for a couple of days. And, which also turns out, he has another kid. This is speculation, this is what I want to happen. And so, it's like, oh, why'd you leave? It's like, and then he doesn't give an answer, it just flash forwards to, you knock on the door, and the principal opens it. And it's like, oh, can I help you? It's like, and then Sherry, she's like laughing, like, oh, you're here. It's like, yeah. And it's like, Luke comes, it's like, Dad. It's like, your dad? It's like, his father. It's like, then everything sucks. That would be a good start for it. That would add like some drama to it. What would be good for the series to happen? Let's spring forward. Let's say 2 months. The kids are pretty popular at school. Luke's dad is in the picture, but not technically living with them, but he's living on the couch, which doesn't sit well with the principal because he's finally found happiness and everything. And the principal knows about Kate and Emelina. He accepts it, but he also has to accept the fact that everyone's bullying them. And then halfway through the series, let's say the end of episode 5, the start of episode 6, that Oliver comes back and he's full of ego because he's made his first commercial, like something shitty like Blockbuster or yogurt or what was there in 1996? Pogs? Or he's made a cameo in a movie or something. Just like something small, just have him brag. He's like, yes, I am back. But also have the drama that he's a drug addict too. Like he's been smoking and trying to get high in the series with Nutmeg. But he's like taking too much cocaine, a bit too much cocaine. So, and then they have the thing of where they need to do another movie. And the suggestion was an Italian slasher at the end of episode 10. But they try something a bit different. What was big in 1996? I don't know. But they try their own animated style movie. And it gets so bad that the school burns down. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So, this has been episode breakdown of Everything Sucks. I've smashed some stuff. If you don't believe me, oh my god. Oh. Yeah. There we go. I have one left and that one. But yeah. So, episode breakdown, number 1, Everything Sucks. I recommend it highly to everyone. And everyone needs to watch it. Like, share, subscribe. Tell me if you've binge watched the show, if you've liked it or whatever, if it's set the 90s up perfectly, and what they should do for season 2. And I'll catch you later.